We're traveling south on Highway 1, and we're coming to the Bay Meadows intersection, which is a Presbyterian church. It has a particular significance because this is where my wife and I started going to church at the time that my firstborn was born. That was 1990. Three of our children, our next child, and then two more children for a total of four. And it was here that we raised the four children until the oldest was about 8 years old. And then we also committed these children in a form of a sacrament or covenant to their care, to their love through our marriage. And as well, the church recited a similar commitment to these children, to their care, to their learning, to their discipleship.
On our journey, Melodies of Memories, we find ourselves in the south side of Jacksonville at Christ Church, which is a Presbyterian church, and I'll certainly share a great deal on the video, or have at this point, but the quote comes from Mother Teresa. She wrote, "If we have no peace, it is because we have forgotten that we belong to each other." And here's a map once again, and we see Old St. Augustine Road. It leads into San Jose, and roughly speaking, that's where the arrow is shown is where the church is located. On the left-hand side as you're approaching San Jose or as you're going north. And so I look forward to sharing the video with you.
However, that I did attend this church this morning. I went to the service, and it was a real wonderful opportunity because I got to visit with a few families that hadn't seen in a long time. Some of them were founding or charter members of this family. And there's the church. You can see, as I described, how it looks or appears. And I probably won't get out. I'll probably just stay in the comfort of the air conditioning of the car. But there's the church. This is again where we attended when we were when Matt, our oldest, was first born in 1990, and then also for our other three children. Again, let me say that all three of our children were presented here to the church in this sacrament or this ritual that I described, and they were committed to Christ. And that is very, very important. In fact, it was, as a parent, the most important moment of my life. One might argue easily that, well, the birth was the most important, but for me, this was more important, for this was a commitment that went beyond life itself, physical life, and it represented a very loving contribution, not only for the child or on the behalf of the child by the parents, but also by the larger church. And so here we stop for a moment. I'm not suggesting at all, because of this very significant time in my life, that this is a sacred place. But it is very important, and perhaps as locations would have it on my little journey that I'm taking in my videotaping, it would be or is the most important of all events and locations.